What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about passing the FAA Part 107 certification exam. I'm going to be doing this in two parts. First part's going to be studying for the exam. Second part is going to be when you actually go in to take the exam. So let's jump right into it, starting with Part 1. I actually only spent a few hours studying for this exam, and I did it with no fees or anything. To be 100% honest, I actually only studied for this test for, I don't know, maybe 4 hours. And I actually ended up, I passed with a 70. But don't let that destroy my credibility, because remember, I did put like minimal effort into taking this test. So that's the main, most important thing I want to let you know about studying for this test. You don't need to spend any money. There's a bunch of websites out there, you know, charging a bunch of money for study guides and courses and stuff to pass this test. You don't need that. There's a whole bunch of other resources you can use, you know, on the internet, on YouTube, that provide, you know, free sample questions, like study guide videos. The actual test actually covers a lot of stuff about, you know, the rules and regulations of flying your drone, like distances, height limits, weather conditions, all that stuff. As well as a lot of stuff that I feel you will probably never use. There's a lot of stuff regarding flying your drone around airports, which first off is almost always illegal unless you have authorization, but most people won't be flying them. But there's a whole, you have to learn a bunch of the aviation terms, a lot of stuff the pilots need to know, like airplane pilots. Other stuff you will definitely use when flying your drone. I'm not really gonna go into like the details because this isn't a study guide, this is more of a what steps to take to pass the test. The best advice I could give would just be to set aside a few hours and just, you know, go over all the study resources you can find online. One of the best that I actually found, it was on YouTube. It's a page called Tony and Chelsea Northrup, and they give like it's like a almost 2-hour video, and that's just one full study guide on the different topics covered. That's mainly what I use to study, and I would definitely suggest checking out that video because it's super helpful. And yeah, just review sample test questions, review concepts, go back and study things. You really don't need to kill yourself studying for this test. It's not that difficult. And I'll discuss why the test itself isn't that difficult in part 2 in just a little bit. So yeah, that's more or less most of what I wanted to talk about in regards to studying for the test. Which leads us to part 2 of this video, which is going in and actually taking the test. First things first, they say you should bring a calculator. And I mean, you should. But I mean, I didn't need one personally during the test. What's up, guys? In addition, during the test, they give you a huge gift. They actually give you like a little manual with like a whole key for reading the airspace charts, and you can have like it tells you what means what and stuff. So like there's a whole map, like a whole legend of things that help you out, which is really cool they give you. But I mean, it's always better to study it first rather than to be looking over the whole key while you're in the middle of the test. I love ear massages. They're the best.
We're clouded up right now, dog.
It's really loud in this bus.
Where the fuck are we? I heard about that.
Another one of the best things about the test that actually makes it really easy is that it's just 60 questions.
Plus 9.
No, shut up, go away. And each question's a multiple choice question with only 3 options. And most of the time there's one option that just makes no sense. So that's always nice. So then a lot of the questions almost get narrowed down to like 50-50. So even if you like don't know the answer, you can just take a guess. And you have 50% chance of getting it right. Maybe. The test is actually pretty short, it doesn't take that long. I don't know, it took me like an hour and about 20 minutes, which sounds crazy, but you know, I was thinking about the questions pretty hard. There's 5 questions on the test, and they don't even count. The reason they don't count is because it's the FAA like doing like a knowledge test, so there's 5 questions over there that don't actually count, so if you get those wrong, they don't count. But you don't know which ones those are. They don't tell you which ones count and don't count, because obviously they don't want you bullshitting the ones that don't count.